this is Marlene from Uniquely Ella. Today is the day for my turn in the 2023 Christmas craft off. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And I'm happy about all the new subscribers. Like usual, I always want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, well, today, this is what my video is about today. I was asked among 30 or more other amazing crafters to be on this craft off with RachandBella Craft. I have been on her collaborations before, and this one's amazing. I think this is, in all the years I've been crafting and been on YouTube, I've never seen so big and so many people. She didn't even tell me who was on, and I said yes, I want, because all her collaborations are awesome. And it's like, oh. So my day was the 23rd, which is Thanksgiving. I thought that was nice. Of course, I'm filming this like weeks before Thanksgiving, but it will go out on Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. She did the collaboration around, actually it's an awesome collaboration, and there's a lot of giveaways. She did that collaboration around this Christmas collection. She's a graphic designer, a crafter. She has a YouTube channel. I'm going to link everything underneath. The collection is called Timeless Christmas, and it's beautiful. I didn't print all of it because it's a huge collection. I only printed what I am going to use, or what I thought I was going to use. I didn't end up using everything I printed anyway. And everything else I saved in a zip. I have like a zip for her, and I saved everything on that zip. So underneath this video, I'm going to put the collaborators link. There's like a link tree that she provided for us with all these lovely ladies and all their beautiful projects. And I'm to be honest, I'm not to date. I'm missing a whole bunch of videos that I need to watch and I want to watch. I'm also going to link the launch video when she first announced it, so you can get all the details on what's in it. Like for us that we're collaborating, she gives like a little overlook, probably explains it better than I do. But it's also on that launch video link. You want to make sure you look in there, because in that link it's going to be the giveaway. It's a huge giveaway, and I know that she's updated this because she had mentioned in our private group that more people have been added, more things have been added, and it's been upgraded. So it's a huge, huge, huge giveaway. So make sure you go to that launch video to make sure that you see what you need to do so that you can enter the giveaway, which is huge. I'm donating. I think I said I was going to donate 3 digital kits, the whole kit. The whole collection, not just the one little kit. The whole collection, all the kits within that collection. I'm donating 3 of those. So that's what I'm doing. But lots of goodies to give away. So that's that. So let's get to it. Let me show you what my day was. Like I said, the 23rd. And I was supposed to do, mine's the 23rd. Where am I? Right here. Me and this awesome lady. And I was supposed to do Christmas botanical labels. She gave us all different challenges. I thought my challenge was really nice. I like the word botanical, and she gave me to do labels, botanical labels. So I was like, I think I can do that. So that was like a little bit of a challenge, because sometimes when you're told what you need to do or given a challenge, it's a challenge. You got to come up, what do I do? What does she mean? Or what do I interpret that to be? So... But anyway, so I went and I printed mainly her shabby, I think she called them her shabby background pages, but they were my favorite. Well, no, they're not my favorite, but since I needed more of a neutral background, more subdued, I printed those. And I ended up, because since I was doing labels and they're little, I ended up just using half of my 8.5 by 11 pages. But I printed this one. Look how gorgeous this is. Let me show you the ones that I printed. This is a really pretty neutral. And then she uses these in her I'm going to show you what else I couldn't help myself and I printed. This one's a nice kind of like a neutral. She has it in a stripe. I love that one. And I love the green. So I printed all those. I printed these because I love retro Christmas. But I didn't go that way. I decided not to do retro But isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that just stunning? Look how pretty that looks together. So I'm sure that I'm going to use this some other project, but just didn't use it for my labels. So let me show you what else I printed, because my labels got kind of like a little bit carried. I got carried away like I always do. So I printed her fussy cut, you know, her ephemera, because it's just adorable. Look at that. So I sat there relaxed and I cut everything. And I said, how can I also want to incorporate some of this while keeping my labels botanical? But I wanted to incorporate some of her cute little fussy cuts because they're just adorable. So you see how I did it. I printed all of her little envelopes, because once I had my labels, I was like, oh my God, they're so cute, but how am I going to use them? So I took my idea a step further. I said, okay, I did my labels. They kind of, my interpretation of botanical. So just leave my labels alone? No, I couldn't leave them alone. So I said, how am I going to use these labels more or less? So I used them on some of her envelopes. I'll show you in a little bit. See, look at these pretty envelopes. Isn't that gorgeous? Look how beautiful. Look at that. How pretty. So I couldn't pick every single envelope, but I picked a couple. I did like a couple of everything. And I'll show you how I incorporated my labels, my challenge, into her work. So see, and I did a file folder because I love, is this a file folder? This one, I love file folders so much. I think they're so cute. So I did one of her file folders and I incorporated somewhere my interpretation of botanical Christmas labels. So just to show you real quick all the goodies that you'll find in her Timeless Christmas collection. I love it. So now this is going to go into, I have like a whole folder for RachandBella, so I'm going to put all this in her folder so I can use it in the future. So let me get my supplies really quick ready and show you what I did. I'll be right back. Okay friends, let me show you what I did and how I started to approach this challenge. So I knew that I wanted to do labels, and I went through my labels and I had like a lot of cuts, like die cuts and stuff for labels, but of course, you know, like we'd never have enough. We have so much to choose from, it's ridiculous. But I went to Temu. They're very inexpensive and they're absolutely gorgeous. So these are like the primary labels that I use, are these shapes. So these were like my labels. I was going to use these labels, and I did. And I'll show you how I use them. And they're like in a stamp. So I stamped them. I think I used Vintage Photo, and then I fuzzy cut every single one of them by hand because I didn't have a die cut for this. For my botanical aspect of the challenge, I was going to use these. I bought the stamp and die cut set. So every single one of these has a die cut that goes with it. And I like the die cuts, but then when I stamped on the paper, it covered all the pretty paper. It, you know, because it's going to stamp just like you see it. So it covered the pretty print. So I ended up not using this set of stamps at all, but I did use the die cuts for every single one of them. I did use the die cuts, and then I used her paper in the die cuts, and I tucked things little here and there with that. So I'm thinking that's kind of how I'm getting my botanical part of the Christmas labels out of it. Then on Temu I found these larger ones. So I figured, you know what, these die cuts are going to give me more real estate than these. So I started out with these, and then I soon was like, oh, these are nice, but maybe these can embellish these. So that's my thinking behind it. So I found these. This one is huge, which is beautiful. So then I said to myself, okay, if I do my labels this big and this big, I need something to put in there in the label, something pretty, like some of my layering. How am I going to do my layering in such large real estate? So then I kept shopping, and I found this die cut, and it's so cute. How adorable are these little reindeers? The mistake that I did was that I went ahead and I use regular copy paper, and in the future but I kind of like it because the copy paper kind of flips up a little bit, so it gives like a three-dimensional look there. It's not like a flat, it's not glued on flat. But next time I'm going to use cardstock. I'm going to print her printables in cardstock. I wish I did that. And then work, you know, my die cutting machine, work that sandwich somehow that it'll take die cut thickness. But I didn't do that. Next time I will do that. And I recommend that if you use these thin die cuts to do like what I did, try to use cardstock because they don't break. When you're taking them apart, the antlers and stuff are a little fragile if you use regular copy paper. Same thing with these Christmas trees. Look how adorable. This should come off, but I didn't cut it off. But anyway, aren't these beautiful? I wanted to use that as a background. So see how my labels started growing and growing and growing? And then I found this and I had to get this one. Isn't that beautiful, the whole nativity? So I figured that would go well on top of one of my thick labels, and that kind of makes it botanical. There's a palm tree. Plus I added other things. So that's how I started. Now let me quickly show you what I did in the order that I worked on them and how they got bigger and bigger and bigger. So then once I printed my labels, which I ended up doing again, I printed them and cut them on regular copy paper, and it was too thin. So I said, no, that's not going to work. I want them to be a little bit sturdy. I should have done it on cardstock. So what I did is that I did 2 labels and I glued them together. That was a little time consuming, but I think it gave me more sturdiness. It's still not quite cardstock, but it's sturdy. So I did 2 labels and glued them together, glued them together, glued them together, just to make them a little stronger. I cut circle ones, but I already used them. But I did, see, like I think I did this, this, I couldn't use them all. This, 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 and this. So those are the 4 shapes that I used. Again, trying to condense. But the only ones I have left are these because I used the rest in my project. So let me show you. Then when I punched out the image like that, I go, oh, that looks cute. That looks like a label, but it's not enough. I want to make it look like a little postal label with postal things. So I started looking for, I have like a whole section on this big book where I store all my stamps, and I knew that I had a postage section. I found it. And I found these that I have used before. So you're going to see this one in a lot of them. See? This one, I like these. I think these are French. You're going to see those somewhere. I used the birdie, which I liked a lot. The birdie, that one that says airmail. And the register letter thingy, I used that one too. So I just kind of stamped throughout just to make it look, see, to make it look a little bit like posty looking, like post office looking type of thing. But the back, on most of them, I left blank. I only stamped like the front. See that? So that's what I did with these. So once I had these, let me show you what I did. I did my first set. This is my very first one that I did, was this one. And you really get so much going on, you can't really see. But this was I decided to make it like a cluster. So I just layered upon layers. It reminded me of my scrapbooking days. I had a little bit of this green twig thing, these green little branches left, so I added it because it has like the little bubbles in white. But the main stamp is this one, which is this shape. This is the main stamp. So on top of that, I started layering, layer. So I knew I wanted to keep it neutral, green, and mainly gold. I wanted to have like a little boho vibe to it. So let me see if I can bring you closer. Yeah, that'll be good so you can see. Can you see? Is it blurry? No, I'll leave it here. So then I started doing like little layers. I tuck, you know, botanical. I wanted to keep my botanical theme. See, this is like a little... what do you call this? This is this stamp. I show it to you in the stamp because it's easier to see. The holly leaf. That's what that is right here. And then the kit had all these tiny little... So I went ahead and I added, like, here's another little layer. I just added. And then there's one back here. I just did layers, and tucked little furry things and a little bit of green and a little bit of gold. And then you can see my stamp here. So it's like a stamp that I built on. So it's more than that. So that was the first one. Then I got a little more confident. I said, I want to use some fluffy gold. Let me put it here so you can see it. So I did this one. Isn't that cute? And if I would have done this reindeer, like, I don't know if you can see it, but if I would have done him like in red, he would have popped out. But I had already done him like that. And then here I have like these cute little, they're like little labels that I got quite a while back. So I kind of hid it so that you don't see. It's a little tag so that you don't see it's a little tag. I just want to have like the Merry Christmas peeking through. And then this cluster I backed up with some, this is when I'm introducing more of the fluffy gold. I introduced some gold, this little thing just hanging there I like, and then I have a label and another label right here. And then from my Botanical I got this, and then I added this little pop of red back here. That's why I think the reindeer would have been nice. If it was red, it would have popped out more. But I like him like that. I think it matches the green. I think he looks really pretty. So then this is my third one. From my third one cluster that I did her. Oh, then I discover my words. I have like a box full of little Christmas words. So then I was like, wait a minute, I have Christmas words somewhere. So I searched for them and I did this one. I love this one so much. And the label for this one, I think it's a large, it's one of the label in the back. I think it's one of the larger labels, one of the larger ones. It's actually right back here. See? So I put a little label here. This one is one of these. It's in there. And then I just wanted to build her up a little bit. This is from the collection. This is her digital, and I love the little angel. I did some layering to frame her a little bit, and then put the little words, and then this little sprig from some of my trims from Boho Daydreams. So that's that. Then I did this one. I love this one because I'm in love with this little reindeer. And then what I did is that I layered the two Christmas trees back here. That's my Botanical part, and the little reindeers in the forest. I put some of this white fuzzy back here, and then I just did a little bit of layering here. That's my label, and then back here's one of the round labels that you didn't see because I used them all. So I just tucked in the round little label back here. So I created like a little Christmas scene on my stamp, I think, on my label. I like this. I think this one's I don't know. I don't know which one's my favorite. I like them all. Then I said, you know what? I'm going to work with one of her envelopes. So I decided to use this envelope, which was beautiful. And this is what I did. I love it. This is the stamp. This is the focal. The main stamp is just like a circle stamp. One of the ones. A circle label. I keep calling them stamps. Circle label. Then I layered this die cut. This is from her ephemera kit. A little bit of layering here just to build it up. I had that word. I had that. I think this was recently given to me. I think it's leftover trim from an outfit or something. And then the two little words. I think that's adorable. I love that one. Then I got one of the big labels, the die cut ones, and I created him. I think he's so cute. I put the Christmas trees in the background. Again, did a little bit of layering. This was my label that I started out with, and this is the one I ended up with. Some of the little botanicals that I punched out. This is from her collection. So I added the word nice. I was going to put naughty and nice, but I just did that. And then this little card tuck. So just a lot of little layers tucked all over the place. And then for the bottom, I just left this thing all raggedy up. And I think he turned out pretty good. Okay, for the next one, I only have a few more left. I decided to do an envelope. One of her envelopes that I thought it was neutral enough that I could do some layering on. And I like how he turned out. Here's my stamp. Here's my label that I started out with, was just that label. And then I just built on it. I added a little gold back here and then this little card, and I felt that wasn't enough, so I kept layering. I added a piece of, I think this is like a table runner. That image is from her and her. And again, the little tags that you're not supposed to know that they're a tag. You're supposed to think that they're just, let me move back a little, that they're just like a little word or something, but it's really a little tag. I think he turned out kind of cute. I like him a lot. So that's him. Then I did this one. I love how this turned out. This is where I use my nativity scene, and if I had punched my nativity scene in a darker paper, like a red or a green or something, it would have popped out more. But I think like this, you kind of got to search for the silhouette of the nativity scene, and I like the softness of it. I just love that. So here I use one of these labels that I punched all over the place. So then I did a little bit of punching because I didn't want to, I wanted to use the darker polka dots. So then I added this in the back so it looks like it's snowing or something with gold because Jesus is born. And then I added this this is ephemera from her thing, and then the two trees. I think this was my favorite. I love it. That one. Then I only have two more to show you real quick. Another envelope, another one of her envelopes. And then here I created my idea of a wonderland. Here I have a couple of, this was the label that started the whole thing. This one, which is this one, that started the whole cluster. Then I added half a circle back here because I was running out of circles. So I added a little half a circle label back there, and then more layering. This is one of my die cuts right here. And then this is from her collection, another one of these little tags here. And then he is beautiful. He is the reindeer that, so I'm glad that I did punch him out in regular copy paper, because his little, his little antlers, they're not hard. And then I had that word, so I put it in there. And a little bit of gold, because my whole theme is like a boho gold type of thing going on. Then the final one is the file folder. I have like a thing for file folders. I don't know why, especially if they're little. So this is what I did with this file folder, and I like how it turned out. I kept it simple because the scene in the back is gorgeous. So I put a little word because I had it. I put this, I veiled this piece on. This is the original label that started the whole thing. And then for Botanical, it was already Botanical because of the tree, but I added one of the little die cuts, another of the little hidden tags right back here. And then this is another one of the original labels, the circle one. And then this beautiful reindeer that I know is so beautiful. Look at that. So guys, sometimes, you gotta kind of think and look outside the box. And sometimes, you start a project and you just start building and building and building on it, and then it turns into something totally, totally different. So I hope you like my project. I hope you like my contribution. I got to catch up on all those wonderful ladies. I got to catch up on watching their videos, and I recommend that you go through every single one of their channels and look at their projects. And if you don't subscribe, please do subscribe. That's how we can support each other without, any monetary things. Just watching the videos and subscribing to our channels means a lot. And I'm going to subscribe to, I'm going to check. I've already done a few, but I'm guilty of not gone through the whole list, and I need to do that. So I'm going to make sure that I subscribe and I follow the ladies that I don't already follow. There's a few ladies in there that are new to me, but a lot of them I already follow anyway. But I would love for you to do the same thing. So if you like this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you share it, it'll make my Thanksgiving. If sharing a video, it's the best way to promote it. To tell YouTube that you like what you see. Okay guys, I'm glad you're watching. I wish you a happy, happy Thanksgiving with your family. And because today, when this video comes out, it will be Thanksgiving. So have a happy Thanksgiving. God bless you all. Love you. Bye-bye.